All good flying days start with pilot's breakfast. Yeah. Including fresh coffee and freshly made smoothie.
Are you doing a vlog?
I am doing a vlog.
Good.
Are you complaining I haven't done enough vlogs for a while?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've got my work stuff with me so I can go up to the airfield and base myself from there and work from there, and if the conditions are good enough and if I'm feeling good enough, which I am at the moment, hopefully I might get to fly. I was hoping to have a lesson today, but the instructor I wanted to have a lesson with is supposed to be flying to France, but so far the weather's not going to help him do that. But yes, third time lucky, I hope. Third attempt at flying. At the moment, it's not looking very nice. There's little gaps in the weather, but that might be enough to let me do some circuits at least. Get the engine warmed up. It's a good sign. I've arrived at the airfield, and after a heavy shower, the sun has come out, and it looks like it might stay out for a while as well. What do we think? Let's hope so. It's a good job I've got all day to do this today, because I've got to the hangar. There's no one else around, and the plane is at the very, very back. You can just see I've got to move all these planes on my own. This is the situation when I've got to work out whether I've got to move all the planes completely out of the hangar into the rain, because it started raining again, or whether I can shuffle them and just take some of them out and move some of them over there and have enough space to get this one out. You know, got to get the tail of this, because this Comanche is too heavy to move on my own outside and back in again. It's so heavy. So I've got to try and find a way to leave this in, but the low wing should be okay with my high wing. So, but I might have to move all that stuff. Ugh. I work 14, 15-hour days, 5.5, 6 days a week. And yet I still feel guilty when I come up to the airfield on a weekday. I've already done hours of work this morning. I really shouldn't. It's okay. I haven't flown hardly at all in 8 months. I shouldn't be feeling guilty about this. Cue the Benny Hill music. Oh, I haven't done any exercise for so long because I've been ill for weeks and weeks. I've been taking it really easy and I'm not in shape. I'm moving those big airplanes. That Comanche weighs even more than the Cessna 182. Now I've got to put all these bloody things back in before I can go flying. Six planes out, 3 planes repositioned, 6 planes back in. Only dusty out there now. Everything back in the dry. I'm going flying in the rain. Once I've got my breath back. Getting old. I am bringing all my stuff. My food bag, my picnic lunch Emery made me, water bottle. Packing like it's an adventure. I'm going somewhere. And I don't even know what I'm going to be flying today. It might just be circuits. I'd like to do land away somewhere today. And just have everything I need in case. I was hoping to do an hour with an instructor today to practice some emergency procedures and stuff, but he's not here today. He was this morning, but he's just taken off and flown away somewhere. If you have one of these, which I recommend you have if you ever do cross-country flying, always have it clipped to you. My favourite expression about these is that these turn a search and rescue into just and rescue. There's no more search required. Right, 3 things for every flight: plane, plan, pilot. Going to jet the plane now, make sure the plane, everything is right with the plane. Paperwork I know is all good. I'm just going to do a full A check on the plane and make sure that the plane is good for today and there aren't any hidden little problems. Before I start, that's number 1. I was a bit worried about doing the electrics checks and the flaps and stuff when the plane hasn't been flown for a while and the weather's got colder and the battery gets a bit weaker, but hopefully it's okay. No one else has flown the plane since me. I've flown it twice since its annual, once solo and once with an instructor. Completed all the checks, so I'm gonna get ready, get in, get it started, taxi around to the cafe and then decide what to do today. So the purpose of today's flight, the single objective of today's flight, is to do as much as I can to get myself feeling current again. But that's my mission. I want to do things, I want to land away at least 2 different places if I can, and just get used to the basics of doing cross-country flying again, because it's incredible. I have never, hate to say this, in the whole time I've been flying, I've never felt this out of proficiency, if that makes sense. But hopefully it'll come back. Hopefully it'll come back quite quickly. The other objective of today's flight is to run the plane, because planes need to be flown and the engines need to be run, and this one hasn't been run for a few weeks. Clear prop. No, it sounds silly, but just getting in, starting the engine, taxiing around, just gets the muscle memory back. It's not like riding a bike, is it? I do find that once you're actually flying, the controlling of the airplane itself, that is like riding a bike. That never goes. Small steps, small steps. Let's go make a plan. That's my old plane. Used to have a share in that. Great big hug. Oh, it's 2 on final. It's busy for a bit of a wet and windy day. It's just good to be at the airfield, actually. Feeling positive. And the weather's forecast to improve slightly. It's still going to be cloudy, but it's going to improve slightly. The trouble is, there's been so much heavy rain that the grass airfield, I'm expecting Compton Abbas is going to be closed. I'd like to fly to Compton Abbas, but they often close when the runway is too wet. I'll give them a call and see what they say. So it's probably going to be just tarmac runways today. This is the Aviated Cafe at Dunkeswell. And it's right by the threshold of runway 22, and it gets really busy here at weekends because they do helicopter flights, stuff like that. But there's lots to see. Really busy here on a sunny weekend. It's a great airfield. Honestly, if you haven't been here and you're a pilot, one of the things to remember is that the elevation here is 840 feet. Don't forget to factor that into your density altitude if you're taking off heavy, like I did once. Could I have a latte to have here, please?
Yeah, of course you can.
My favourite machine, probably. Spent many hours on those back and forth to Australia. Can't believe I nearly missed the Vulcan bomber hanging out there. Looking at the weather overlay for today, it's okay because the yellow is all right. The winds are quite strong at 1,000 feet, but not too bad. We're now at 11:45 Zulu. That bit of weather has. It's kind of past actually, if we look out the window. But what I don't want to do is on a day when I'm just trying to build up my confidence again, is get myself into trouble with the weather. But it's looking okay. I'm probably overthinking it. It's probably going to be fine. Just check visually. There might be some showers to fly around or wait or land, but Compton Abbas is closed. The runway's too wet. So the other airport I wanted to go to today will be closed for the same reason. So I'm still on the drawing board.
Hello.
Hello there. Are you open for visiting aircraft today?
The airfield is open. There's nobody on radio. There are no facilities where you can get to the toilets and a coffee machine in the dining area. There's no cafe facilities. Fuel is open if wanted.
Okay, yeah, that's great. I just want to just do a short flight in from Dunk as well and then come back. So it's just a sort of blowing out the Corbabs flight. So perfect. It's a very short flight. So I think what I'm going to do is do a few circuits here, make sure I feel absolutely fine, and then it's a 15-minute flight, a bit long on the way back, but it's a hard runway, so not affected by the rain. I can land there, nice and quiet airfield, nice low stress flight, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to
going to do a short flight to Henstridge. Really simple flight. I wouldn't normally think twice about it, but I'm really just going over the details. So I'm going to go to the south of Yeovil, just to stay well out of the Mats and the Yeovil Westland ATZ. I'm going to go over the east. There's a lake called Sutton Bingham, which is a really good visual reference point, so that'll be my turning point. It's only going to be a 16-minute flight once I leave the circuit from Dunkeswell. I'm going to go at 3,000 feet, weather permitting. Another reason for taking that route is that if the weather, cloud-based, forces me lower, it won't be a problem. There's no high ground there. Highest ground is 1,000 square feet. 1,000 square feet? 1,000 feet. But I do have the Stockland television mast, which is there to be aware of on the way back. I've set Yeovil Westland as my alternate if for any reason I can't land at Henstridge and I can't get back, but basically if for any reason I can't land at Henstridge, I'll just turn around and come back to Dunkeswell. But if the weather gets in my way, then I've got Yeovil Westland as my alternate. I'm going to have a basic service from Yeovil Lars, and then I'm going to join Henstridge downwind left hand for runway 24. Look at all those big red blotches. Those are the noise abatement areas, so to be very, very careful and turn left before that. Oopsie, yeah, before that red area there. Turn left base onto Henstridge final. And do blind radio calls when I get there. So hopefully, should be fairly straightforward and simple, and I will land there and feel a bit better than I'm feeling right now.
Run out of excuses not to do it now. Just need to get in and fly. The plane's okay, I'm okay. Nervous, but I'm okay. Weather's okay. Do it! Get in and do it, Charlie. Stop procrastinating. Just get in and fly. You can do it. Oh, I haven't felt nerves like this for years, but I'm feeling positive. They're healthy nerves. It's not like a sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's butterflies, and that's good. One of the things I didn't do when I got the plane out of the hangar was clean the windscreen because it was raining. It's one of the last steps because I'm going to be coming back landing into the setting sun, so I'm expecting to have the sun right in my eyes, a bit like it is now on final for runway 22 here at Dunkeswell. So I'm going to make sure the windscreen is as clean as it can be. Seems silly turning on my search and rescue device for this short 30-mile flight across Somerset. But also, there's not much point having this stuff if you don't use it. And I'd rather be in the habit of using it rather than forget to use it on the day I really do need to use it. Time to put everything away and focus on flying.
Okay, right. Check my instruments. QNX 1011. We're not using VLOC today.
X1 radio, this is hotline A2, inbound to land.
Got first heading 086. Bug on that. Oil pressure's good. We've got 65 gallons on board. Actually, 15 gallons an hour is 4 hours 20 minutes. So 3.5 hours plus reserves. We're only going to need about an hour, hour and a half tops flight time today, so we've got more than enough fuel. Cabin doors and windows closed and locked. Parking brake set. Flight controls pre and correct. Instrument set. So radio, I've got Dunkeswell on COM 1. Dunkeswell, and then I've got Yeovil radar on standby, which is good because that's going to be the next station that I call once I've done a couple of circuits. And I'm feeling good enough to head out for a cross-country flight. Don't need VOS, I am going to program in Henstridge to the Garmin. I don't want to rely too much on Skydemon, it's so good. Skydemon is so good that you end up just wanting to look at it all the time for your situational awareness, but it's so good that actually it takes your eye off the ball. And I want to just rely on it less. Check it occasionally, but otherwise I'm going to fly the plane with my eyes outside the cockpit, occasional glance at the Garmin, although I am going over that lake as a VRP. That's my first heading, is 089, 086. Okay. Just need to give it a couple more minutes to warm up before we can do the power checks. But I can get the trim ready, so the trim is good. Elevator trim and rudder trim. Peel both cowl flaps open. We are going to take off runway 22. We're going to take off with 20 degrees of flaps to give us the fastest climb rate. It really does climb quickly with 20 degrees flaps. And any problems with the engine on the takeoff run, we'll just pull the power and stop on the runway. If we actually are in the air and any problems with this runway left, just pull the power, stop on the runway. If we're out of runway, we've got a couple of fields straight ahead. So not below 1,000 feet. I'm going to do 2 touch and goes, and if they both feel good, then we will head off en route. And also that gives me a chance to have a really good look at the weather from up there as well. So my threat narrow management on this route, my threats are potential cloud base. But I've got that well prepared for, so I can go around. Any problems at all, I'm just going to return to dunk as well. I've got Yeovilton maps, but I'll be talking to Yeovil radar. I don't have any controlled airspace to worry about on this flight. I've got noise abatement to worry about at Henstridge. I've got my radio frequencies there. Dunker's already in November 1320 Sierra on the runway ready to depart. Just requesting radio check and airfield information, please.
South Station calling Dunkersville, runway 22 left hand, QNH 1011, you're route 25.
22 left hand, QNH 1011, and 5 is also November 20 Sierra. I'm just crossing the runway to do power checks on the other side. Right, power checks. Left mag. Check. Right mag. Check. Alternator check. Suction check. Temperatures and pressures. Check. Prop. Okay, that's my first mistake. I was not running the power high enough. Let's stop this power checks again. Left mag. Check. Right mag.
Pipeline is your left base for runway
check.
22.
Suction check. Temperatures and pressures on the green. Prop. RPM drop. Oil pressure drop. And manifold pressure increase. And idle check. Power checks complete. Right. Laps 20. November 20 Sierra, lining up runway 22 for departure for a couple of circuits, then departing to Henstridge.
Pipeline is your final for runway 22.
Are you on the hard or on the grass?
We'll do the grass, no worries, pipeline is in.
Okay, so I'm okay to line up and depart, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine, no worries.
Thanks. Departing into the sun. Okay. Full power. T's and P's good. Airspeed increasing. And I forgot to put in the crosswind correction for crosswind. 10.
Right landing 2, crossing the runway 22.
Okay, flaps away. Number 200, downwind, runway 22, touch and go. Right, I'm going to do this one with 20 degrees flaps. Brakes off, undercarriage down, fixed mixture rich. Fuel on both. Cool, that was quick, downwind. Slow down. About 10 degrees flaps. Much too high. Bit scrappy. iPad just fell off. Don't need it. November 200, turning left base, runway 22, touch and go. Okay, 20 degrees flaps. Lose some height. Prop forward, cow flaps open. Reds, greens, blues. Final checks complete. Got 80 knots, we want looking for 70 knots and flaps. November 200, final runway 22, touch and go. Quite a strong crosswind as well. So we're going to land with the right main gear. Stronger crosswind. I have failed to take that into account in my planning. But there we are, that's alright. Wheels down for water, gear up. Gear down for ground, wheels up for water. Water. Well, I cleaned the windscreen. It's gusty as well. Oh, that could have been worse. I'm actually feeling good enough to depart now. Just going to do that one landing and now I'm going to go to Headsbridge. Actually no, go to the second landing because that was a bit scrappy. Came in too high, managed to correct it, got a stable approach but could have been a better approach, so. We are going to do one more touch and go. This time we're going to do it flapless. That was 20 degrees flaps and I'm going to do flapless. November 20 Sierra, downwind runway 22 for a touch and go, after which I'll be departing to the east. Flapless, so we want 80 on crosswind, 70 on final for flapless. Maybe 75 because it's gusty. So note to self, planning failure, failed to include crosswind. Number 200, left base, runway 22, touch and go. Okay, too fast, bit bouncy. 75, there we go. And I failed to do my reds, greens, blues, and so my prop wasn't full forward. Another scrappy landing. But I'm going to run out of time if I don't get a hands free now, because it's going to get dark. So, we're going to head off. Right, I'm going to just actually put the autopilot on. Just put the Sky Demon back up. Always does it, you go up to altitude and it changes the pressure of the suction cup and it just falls off. Okay. Heading. Altitude. Right. Let's try that again. There we go. Yeovil radar, November 1320 Sierra for basic service.
November 1320 Sierra, Yeovilton, good afternoon. Squawk 4371, basic service. Portland 1006.
Squawking 4371, Portland 1006. Basic service, I'm just going direct from Dockerswell to Henstridge via the reservoir to the south, to your south.
November Sierra, Roger, request your aircraft type and transit altitude.
Cessna 182 and on 1006 I'm at 2,600 feet. So I'll stay at 2,500 feet on the Portland, 20 Sierra.
20 Sierra, Roger, thanks.
Not ideal. Bit sloppy. Didn't do aircraft type. And as I suspected, the odd cloud here or there pushing me down lower than the 3,000 feet planned, but I've got nothing below me to worry about that. Beautiful day, feels lovely being up here. Good old fashioned flight vlog, haven't done one of those for ages. Ages. I've still got some flight vlogs from Norway, not yet edited, including one really cool flight. Now, okay, let's do my Frida checks. Fuel, I'm on both, and I'm leaned, 13 gallons an hour. Radio, I'm on with Yeovil, and I need to have Henstridge bumped in, 130225. 225, is it 225 or is it 255? I think I've written that down wrong. 130255. I wrote it down wrong. Human error. I'm glad I caught it now rather than later, just from memory. So, fuel, radio, engine. I'm running 24. I'm running it intentionally quite hard because I'm still running the engine on straight oil. These are the two new cylinders from last summer. Last summer they went on and I still haven't even done 25 hours on them. That's how crap my flying is. Flying hours have been.
0 Sierra radar.
20 Sierra, go ahead.
20 Yeovil Westlands has traffic east of them, 8 miles, inbound to runway 27, conducting an R&P approach slightly below.
Copy that, looking out 200. Number 200 descending dead side. Nice and easy. Nice runway. We're coming with 20 degrees flaps. Nice and slow. It's all fenced off. Park in the grass by the clubhouse, he said. Not losing height fast enough. November 200 crosswind and joining downwind for runway 24 left hand. Don't overfly that village, so slow it down again, put 20 degrees flaps out now. Brakes off, undercarriage down, fixed mixture rich. Fuel on both. Car flaps open. Forward. Watch the airspeed. Watch that village. Now the lakes, it's really good. Reds, greens, blues, flaps. There we go. 75. Number 200 turning left base, runway 24. Landing light on, autopilot off, reds, greens, blues, flaps. I'm inside the noise abatement area. Good. Right. Final check's complete. Let's focus on landing now. Bit too fast. 70 knots here. Give me 70. Come on, give me 70. Very much. And November 00, turning final runway 24 to land full stop. And we're going to slow it to 60 on final. A little bit high, bit of a slip. Reds, greens, blues. Come on, 60. Better. Slight right crossover, but not much. I will accept that landing. And November 20 backtracking runway 24 to park on the grass outside the clubhouse. Why that grass is a bit soft, I'm going to see if I can just park it on the hard here. That was acceptable. There were some mistakes. was acceptable. We'll pop in, have a pee, a cup of coffee, pay the landing fee, and then jump back in the plane and fly back again. Oh, that feels so good. My first cross country in this plane since February, and it's November.